Warning. Warning. You are about to enter the propaganda report with Brad Binkley.
And Ian Covell.
Warning. Warning.
That's right. Warning, you have entered the propaganda report with Brad Binkley and Ian Covell. Ian is back with us tonight. Ian, welcome back.
Thanks.
From a couple-week absence. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Brad. How are you? You've been okay? You've been holding down the fort?
I'm good. Yeah, I've been, I'm surviving. I'm here. I haven't been involved in any mass shooting incidents.
Yeah? Good
fortunately.
for you.
Yeah, it's
No
what happens
CTE.
when you stay in your basement to do shows is hopefully you stay safe from that. But tonight's show, Trump is so bad at talking about Epstein. Secret Service sneak, which can be a number of interpretations there, and the weird shooting story in New York. So before we dive in, I want to direct everybody to check out my appearance on Inverted World Live with Shane Cashman last night, where we talked about the real Epstein list, including Martin Seligman. And Shane does a great show, very Art Bell-like, where he takes calls and stuff. It's a lot of fun, so check that out. And if you want to find out more about who should really be subpoenaed, if this is going to be a serious inquiry into the Jeffrey Epstein situation, then check out my video titled The Most Important Epstein Document Reveals Who Should Be Subpoenaed, which is pinned at the top of my Twitter profile at FreedomX Radio and on youtube.com/Brad Binkley, rumble.com/ThePropReport, where you will also find my video that I made this morning where I prove what the cryptic words on the Jeffrey Epstein chalkboard that is inside his Sex Island home that James O'Keefe showed a video of a couple of months ago. I know exactly where those words came from and what they are a reference to. So, check those out if you want. All right, the shooting story, I hate stories like this. It's a weird story. Mm-hmm. Anytime a story like this happens, for me, it's always you think about false flag, but then you also want to be like, well, shootings do happen, people do die, and you want to have empathy or sympathy for the people. And so I always start with the presumption that there are people who are suffering because something bad happened, and what an awful thing to happen for the people who lost family members. But the story that we're told about it is a little weird. A guy who was like 27 years old, drives from Las Vegas to New York City, goes into this big business building. He walks across, and let me put this on screen here. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you saw this image.
Oh,
he's
the white guy?
The white guy. Here's the white guy.
Fucking white guys.
There's that white guy, according to CNN, walking across.
Mm-hmm. Possibly white. See,
New York.
For crime, the one-drop rule is applied.
Right.
You can't have
exactly.
if you got one drop of white in you,
that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. I have to tell you, what's crazy about this image here is that there's a tinier guy exactly like him right behind him.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
what happened to that
crazy.
guy?
Yeah, exactly. And how come they didn't report that there were two shooters?
Right. Where did that second shoot?
And what's
because they look
crazier
the same.
Yeah, and look at how tiny all the other people are. This
small
is just a series of tiny people and one giant
This
shooter.
is Nephilim shooter.
Yeah, they're not one report on the height of this guy.
Which begs the question, how did he never make it to the NFL at that obvious 8-9 foot status?
Exactly. And that's an enormous gun.
That he has there. Is this the bank robbery from the movie Heat? Yeah, it is an enormous gun. The gun's bigger than the other people.
Yeah.
In the video. But he goes in, and he ended up killing 4 people, including a security guard. And then he goes up to the 33rd floor.
Well, that's right. It was a cop.
Of course, it's the 33rd floor. And ends up shooting himself in the chest. And the story we're told is that they found a note in his back pocket where you can't go up against the NFL or something like that. He blames the NFL, says he has CTE, and says study my brain. And killed
That's why
one
he shot
employee.
himself in his chest?
Right, yeah, to preserve his brain. Mm-hmm. It struck me because when I first heard the story, they said the NFL headquarters are there, Blackstone's headquarters are there. So my mind is like, oh, this is somebody going towards Blackstone. And then the story about the NFL, it's just weird. You go kill 4 people to go shoot yourself in the chest on the 33rd floor because you want to prove a point to the NFL. It's odd. I mean, they said he played high school football. Yes, people that young can get CTE. Would they do something like this? I don't know. The conspiracy is that he was after Blackstone, and that there was an executive that he killed. Because a Blackstone executive did die, just like a person who worked for the NFL died, and the executive was a Jewish lady. So the conspiracy is that the NFL store was a cover-up.
Are we talking about BlackRock? No, BlackRock was the. Are we talking about BlackRock?
BlackRock and Blackstone are very similar.
Oh, okay.
And Blackstone also acquired a bunch of houses at extraordinary prices so they could take over neighborhoods. And
Are
they
they
are
related in any way? These companies?
You know, I did research on this in the past. I've done shows on it, and I think there are some ties there. But I'm pretty sure there are some ties there, but I can't remember directly what they are. But they're heavily involved in Israel, and so the conspiracy is that the NFL story is a cover-up for that. I don't know any of that. I can't possibly know any of it. I just know that the story we're told is odd.
Yeah.
And they don't usually have conclusions this quickly buttoned up. And, of course, it isn't the investigation that has produced this conclusion. It's the news and, like, anonymous sources. So that's my thought. The only reason I really wanted to talk about this is because you see somebody walking down the street, not a giant, a regular person holding a gun, just walking down the street like that.
An ordinary guy holding a gun.
He doesn't have it on his back. He has it just in his hand. My first thought would probably be, oh, this is a movie set. What's going? So, like, what do you do? What are your thoughts when you see something like this happen?
Move as far away as possible. Do not catch his eye.
Yeah, I go, Gary, I got that same gun.
Yo, Gary, what's up, man?
How many rounds that hold? You mind if I feel that? Yeah, just act like you love it.
Yeah.
Right, I go grab one from your car and say, "Hey, I got one too. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
CTE.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stoner, for the Red Bull and Cannabis and Snacks Fund, which is very necessary. We need it to keep us going. Not to make light of it, but I think if they really want to get the message across about the impact of CTE, why not put a feature in College Football 26 just released from PlayStation?
Mm-hmm.
You know, a player has to go on the IL. Turns out he has CTE.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, maybe he shoots up a building. I don't know. But it's better to happen in the virtual world. That is, unless we are in the virtual world.
Well, yeah, I think we might very well be.
What's up, Forest Mommy?
Might very well be.
Forest Mommy made a funny video where she was doing Channel 9 news.
What's Channel 9?
Hell yeah, baby. Channel 9. Jeez. Channel 9. Did you see the protest outside the Elon Musk restaurants?
No, I didn't know he has a restaurant.
Yeah, he made a restaurant.
What?
It's a Tesla restaurant. And these people, I don't know why they're protesting it, because he's like on their side now. But you know those inflatable, like you see outside of a car dealership that just, move around like that. They got the wind blowing up. It was like one of those, except it kept going. It just kept high.
No,
it was pretty
not.
funny. It was
hilarious.
actually pretty funny. I'll give him a little bit of credit.
There was I did see the Elmo, the guy in the Elmo costume harassing the anti-ICE protesters.
I didn't see that one.
That's funny. He was
I
very
gotta
confused
check that
them.
one out.
Very
wacky inflatable flailing Tuberman. Yes, Steve. Thank you. That's exactly what it was. Here, hold on. I'll pull that up.
Wacky.
Elon Musk was a restaurant. I don't know if it's an all-electric restaurant. Hitler inflatable. I'd like to get one of those, actually.
All-electric restaurant.
Yeah, it's this thing right here. Like, who does the plan? Who goes and gets? Who's like, okay, we're gonna protest, and somebody goes, oh my God, I have this inflatable that'll Heil Hitler on command.
Boycott Tesla. In the USA, gonna boycott Tesla. There's nothing more American. Boycott Tesla.
Why are they still boycotting Tesla?
There's nothing more American.
But
That's what
do
they
they
were
are these MAGA people that are doing this now?
Dude, I don't get it. It does feel. All of these protests, don't they? They just don't have the same ring anymore, right? They've kind of lost their oomph.
Yeah, they need to. They need
new.
something.
Yeah,
you know, they need to walk across.
They were grasping at straws. The last one in L.A. You remember they were started passing out American flags. And they're like, no, we're gonna start carrying American flags.
Yeah,
like, guys,
yeah.
But the change is obvious now. Everyone sees it in real time.
I'm not even seeing the woman and the handicapped woman in the wheelchair with the bondage on, pulling. You can't pull the Trump and the Musk dog through Atlanta anymore by the neck because they're. I think Trump and Musk breaking up was devastating to the protest nation because they want to hate them both.
Yeah, it makes you think it might have been planned for him to get his company back on his feet.
It's definitely. Definitely a possibility, and he's stayed out of the political news a little bit since then. And Trump, who can't because he's a president, obviously, he continues to be so bad at talking about Epstein that to me it kind of feels like he knows that any attention is good attention. That's always been his philosophy. And he's dealt with different subjects in a way where he didn't continue to, like, he's getting asked about it, of course, but also he responds in like the worst possible way. So the story about why he threw Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, the myth of it was, until today, that Epstein was like messing, he was doing inappropriate things with the younger girls who worked at the club. And so Trump didn't like the way he was treating them, and so he threw them out. But today Trump was like, that's not what it was. He didn't say that's not what it was, but he explained what it was here.
Okay.
And here's his explanation.
It is pretty soon. We think pretty soon.
Mr. President, Epstein has a certain reputation, obviously. I'm just curious, were some of the workers that were taken from you, were some of them young women?
Some of them.
Were some of them young women?
Well, I don't want to say, but everyone knows the people that were taken. And it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad. But that story's been pretty well out there. And the answer is yes, they were.
Yes, they were young
Yeah.
women? What did they do?
In the spa.
In the spa?
Yeah, people that work in the spa. I have a great spa, one of the best spas in the world in Mar-a-Lago. And people were taken out of the spa. Hired by him. In other words, gone. And other people would come and complain, this guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that. And then when I heard about it, I told them, I said, listen, we don't want you taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa. I don't want him taking people. And he was fine. And then not too long after that, he did it again. And I said, out of here.
Mr. President, did one of those
Outta
stolen,
here.
persons that
I mean-
include Virginia Jeffrey?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa. I think so. I think that was one of the people. Yeah. He stole her. And by the way, she had no complaints about us, as you know.
And she did.
None whatsoever.
So
But he
the word choice
stole
is
her.
the word choice is on purpose. He's pushing buttons, right?
I guess it's just he's the framing, like when you're listening, it's like, oh, so he threw Epstein out because Epstein stole his young female
Yeah.
massage therapist,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
why he stole them.
Right.
and he would
right.
probably say he didn't know, but it's just, yeah, it feels like that has to be intentional. He knows what they're asking. He knows it's Virginia Guffrey. It was I can't remember what her name was before then, but he stole her. That's definitely going to occupy the media landscape. And it absolutely has. All they're talking about is Trump said he stole her, and the framing is going to be like he was her sex slave. And
he does,
right,
Brad. He does this so often. He gives them a specific word so often that they just run. And I mean, it's got to be intentional.
That's what I think too. But I'm trying to understand the reasoning of why you would perpetuate something like this confusion around such a subject as Jeffrey Epstein.
I'm willing to, I mean, it's an interesting look. This TV show called Trump is fascinating.
A TV show.
It's a great TV
doubt
show.
about that.
It's got highs and lows, and
just lost the main character or a great side character in Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. It's great. It's great.
Which
I'm
sucked,
here for the whole thing. It's only month 7. Well, 8 now.
And you know, there is something to the summer. There's not a ton of news. Like it's not like during campaign season and there's not races going on and people are on vacation, and it's like almost the way he's controlling what people focus on is with Epstein. Now, I don't understand why you would do that, but
I don't know, man. It's like maybe because he's manufacturing a TV show. It's the same. It creates tension, man. It's like
I'm gonna make him think I'm a pedo for a little while, and they're gonna get so mad.
It's like in Cheers or in The Office. The Office is a more updated, example.
When Michael was having sex with a minor.
When Pam and Jim. No. What I'm saying is, it's a story everyone's interested in. It creates tension, right?
Yeah,
but
right.
the minute you let Pam and Jim have a relationship, it's like, I think it's a writer's mistake.
How old is Pam?
Right?
Yeah. It's like Jerry.
So he's got to tease this out. I don't know how much longer he can, but I think he's got to keep teasing it out as long as possible. Like he's got to flirt with the Epstein file and run away.
Well, you're never going to get the real Epstein files. And again, if you want to see the people who really are connected to Epstein and they all have government contracts and they're much more powerful than Trump. They've been connected to the government for decades, more powerful than any president. Watch those videos I mentioned at the top, because those are the people you're never going to see. And you're not going to see Ghislaine Maxwell actually give any names of anything, because the whole Epstein thing and the people who he has, it's proven in court documents that are not discoverable through a Google search, that he has entangled people who are so relevant or the government is so dependent on for brainwashing and mind control. And
what was it called when he turned them into like slaves, basically? What was it
positive psychology, learned helplessness. That's one of them. Then there's a couple. The other 3 guys also had it. Really, there's 5 names mentioned in that document that helped Epstein get the deal, and one of them's Bill Clinton. Well, 5 names specifically. One of them's Bill Clinton. The other 4 are scientists of the elites. One of them is an astronomy guy who organized all these elite celebrity scientists at Sex Island, that Epstein funded his work at ASU. And he was kind of the pioneer in the culture of trust to science and is very hardcore anti-religion. The other 3, like one of them at Harvard, Epstein also funded this guy, all in 2003. Martin Novick. And this guy he did research that Epstein funded since the 90s all the way to 2018 that was specifically about how do you get people to just comply and how do you minimize non-compliance. And there's all these discussions about different strategies on how to do it. And this is somebody who was a consultant on how to get people to just take the jab during COVID by punishment and reward and stuff like that. And the other one was an AI pioneer and immersive learning who created training simulations for the military and worked for the DoD and worked for DARPA. All of these guys have a long history of working with government. One of them was Obama's science policy guy in 2008, was one of those nerds who did the doomsday clock stuff. Mm-hmm. And they all defended Epstein after he got out the first time and continued taking money from him afterwards, except, of course, that Martin Seligman guy who's never been asked about it. So it's like crazy. Yeah, the 4th co-host, that's right, Steve, of whatever this is, because I always try to bring him up at least one time. because those are the people. One of them is dead, but the other three are the ones who should be subpoenaed, but they never will be, of course, because they all have government contracts. Basically, the government was funding the brainwashing, social, and mind control work that Epstein was funding at the same time. And it's too deeply entangled, so you're never going to. And they're still funding some of these guys.
Yeah.
Nevertheless.
Whatever the truth is, it's so awful.
It is. I'm sure it is awful.
It's worse than we can imagine.
I think I've probably shown you this before, but it just makes me. I just laugh.
We'd all stop paying taxes. We'd all stop buying things.
Well, paying taxes, yeah.
If we found out the truth.
I think that I would like to stop paying taxes.
Yeah, I think we would all just give up.
And no, I don't think that. I think people would go. I think people don't want to depend on government. I think they would realize they have the power within themselves, because learned helplessness is part of the suppression to create that mentality. That's what Ted Kaczynski wrote about. That we're the dogs in Seligman's experiments. And Virginia Giuffre, by the way, in court documents, which I've gone over these numerous times over the past 9 years, she said that Trump, she never saw him at Epstein's Island. She never saw him do anything inappropriate. So Trump doesn't mention that. That's why I'm like, why doesn't he mention these things he could mention? But he would relieve the tension, like you said. Seems to be trying to increase the tension. But did I show you this show from like the 1950s?
I think I've seen this before, but please play it. It's been a long time.
It's like a 2-minute clip of this. There's an episode of this like old Western show.
Your YouTube Premium, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Even though they give me a strike every time I do a show. Here you go.
Mine's YouTube Budget.
Yeah.
YouTube Section 8.
It's Section 8?
Yeah.
All right, that's not. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't hear that for some reason.
No.
Huh. All right, get rid of that one. Well, that's weird. You can't. It's not doing any audio here. Oh, there we go.
Got a name?
Trump.
That fits. I bring you a message. A message of great importance. Without my help and knowledge, every one of you will be dead. Sheriff, how long are you going to put up with this? What do you mean? How long are you going to let this con man walk around town? Be careful, son. I can sue you. How about it, Sheriff? When are you going to put the lid on? What for? Well, stealing is stealing, whether you do it with a gun or a mouthful of mealy words. I don't intend to sit here and be insulted, Sheriff. If your people don't want my help, I can go elsewhere.
Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Trump. You don't talk for the rest of us.
Since the sheriff wouldn't stop Trump, Hobie had to find somebody who would. Sheriff Chet Farrow was the gun law and helper, and Judge...
Oh my God, dude, we should cut a bunch of protesters into this.
Oh, my God.
Clement was the book law.
You hear about Trump? Yes, sir. What are you going to do about him? What do you want me to do? Stop him. From what? From taking the town. Can you prove that that's what he has in mind? Well, it's obvious. But can you prove it? In order to arrest him, the sheriff has to have a charge. And Trump hasn't given him a thing to go on. Well, there's got to be some way to stop him. Well, if there is, I don't know it. It's a funny thing. Sir? When we were kids, we were all afraid of the dark. And we grew up, and we weren't afraid anymore, but... It's funny how a big lie can make us all kids again.
Hobie had checked the town. The people were ready to believe. Like sheep, they ran toward the slaughterhouse. And waiting for them was the high priest of fraud.
I am the only one. Just me. I can build a wall around your homes that nothing will penetrate. What do we do? How do we save ourselves? You ask, how do you build that wall? You ask, and I'm here to tell you. You're a liar, Trump. Aren't you going to stay for the fireworks? I've done all I can for Talpa. Figure it's time for me to be moving on. Well, I think you ought to wait. It's where you and I disagree. You're under arrest, Trump. What charge? Well, you write it any way you like. grand theft, fraud. I think a jury will find it's stealing.
Yeah, there's a whole episode of that. And
Yeah, but then what happens is that Trump goes on trial, and he's exonerated, and then he comes back to town.
Yeah.
Right. This is so weird. That was so weird.
The show's called Trackdown. It's from like the 50s.
Trackdown.
There's the whole episode's on YouTube. Isn't that crazy? And then you have all this stuff with Barron. There's like a book about
time travel.
Barron Trump. It's wild. I think it's a popular name. I think. I don't think it's.
I guess I've never heard it.
Maybe not. I don't know.
I've
His
never
grandmother's
met
name
anyone-
was Christian.
I've never met anyone with the last name Trump.
That's a good point. I haven't either. What about faggot?
Just that one.
So one guy. You've met people who you've presumed might have that name, but never been confirmed. So another story. I thought this was funny. A Secret Service agent got in trouble for trying to sneak his wife onto Air Force One. Did you hear about this story?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, the headline is Secret Service agent protecting Trump tried to sneak wife onto transport plane to Scotland. So not Air Force One, a transport plane. The United States Secret Service has launched an investigation after an agent tried to smuggle his wife onto a support plane. I'm guessing it folded up in a suitcase or something. Or maybe he was like, put on this suit and mustache and these dark sunglasses.
Maybe he dressed her up like a cat.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my cat.
It's my cat.
It's one of those big cats. And after trying to smuggle his wife onto a support plane accompanying Trump onto his trip to Scotland, the agent, based in Dallas, flew his wife to Maryland, and she received the official Secret Service country briefing at the hotel and rode the bus to the Distinguished Visitor Lounge at U.S. military base at Joint Base Andrews before she was discovered and told to leave. So he got her that far.
Oh, shoot.
And it's like, I want to know whose idea this was. I'm imagining she's like, you're always going out of town, and I've always wanted to go to Scotland. And he's like, well, I'll get you there. I think we lost Ian. His device got disconnected there. But I want to see this conversation where this happened, because I imagine that she might not have even known that she was being snuck on. Because I don't see anybody's wife agreeing to be snuck on. I see some guy who's having some tension, who feels like he needs to bring his wife. Otherwise, like, I promised her, I got to get her there. So, yeah, no. Trump said you can come. You just have to dress like me. We got to cut your hair and make you look like one of us. And I bet that after she got busted, that his life was hell. Like, anything that the government is going to do to him, I bet is much worse what his wife is going to do. You know what I mean? Like, can you imagine? Yeah. Like, and that's what Trump really needs. The person who is trying to protect his life as a Secret Service person, multitasking, also trying to appease his wife.
Yeah. That's... So, how did he smuggle her on? I missed that part when I was.
They haven't given the details of that. They're doing an investigation, but to get her as far as he did, it would seem that he had to kind of make her seem official. Because he got her through these briefings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I bet she was so pissed off, dude. I think because Trump was asked about it, and I think his response was something like, "Oh, yeah, he'll get it figured out." It was kind of like a problems at home type thing.
Yeah.
He'll get it worked out. But that's not what you want, Bring your wife to work day at the Secret Service is not. Maybe that's what all those female Secret Service agents who didn't know how to use their guns were. Maybe those were a bunch of agents' wives.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's true. But they probably tried. I bet you it'd be easier for them to smuggle their wives. Actually, all those female Secret Service agents, they could smuggle their wives on no problem.
They could smuggle their lesbian wives. Which was the Mulan strategy? What is that, Zach?
Mulan. That's that Disney movie.
Yeah, is that it's a musical strategy?
I don't know anything about it.
It says, in the age of empires, a versatile warrior, strong early game pressure, and powerful ultimate ability. Effective Mulan gameplay involves maximizing her early game dominance with aggressive poke and wave, utilizing her mobility to engage and disengage, and timing her ultimate for the maximum impact. Well, I don't know that this is accurate because it's AI, and these AI explanations are awful. They are. They're terrible. You can ask the same question back to back, and it will give you different answers. And that first search that comes up is on Google is the AI one, and it comes off as definitive, and it offers to do a deep dive. But even if you do a controlled search for I want to only see search results within the past month or past day, it will, if you click on all the sources, it will inevitably every single time be quoting information from 5 years ago. Every single time. And that's why it's kind of concerning that you find out that there's this article I read today about the U.S. spy agencies are experimenting with the newest AI models, and they have these contracts with Google and with Anthropic. And they have this new product called Claude Gov that all of the intel agencies are using for research. And I'm like, either the intel agencies are relying on the worst piece of shit research AI engines because it's really very bad. It's a pain in the ass to use Google now because you have to ask it various questions, and you have and the stuff you want to find doesn't even show up anymore unless you the modifiers don't work anymore. And if you just rely on it, you're going to get bad information. So either the good stuff that really works exists and they're using it, which is probably the case, or our intel agencies are relying on piece of shit AI, just like we are.
Yeah, that could be it. Probably. They're probably just using ChatGPT.
Right, yeah. What should we do about China? Yeah. Here are 5 steps on how you can handle China. Zach says a Disney movie where a woman dresses as a man to go to war. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, just tell Trump you think he's doing a great job the whole time.
Yeah,
and you love him. Maybe that is what outed her. Is she couldn't? Maybe she under her breath called him a racist or something. But she couldn't help herself. So, all right, I want to show you. Well, before I show you the Diddy thing, a lot of people, they get to ages 60 and over, and they think that they're done. They think they're over the hill, Not in Ukraine. Because for the not-so-senior citizens over there, people 60 years young and older, Vladimir Zelensky signed a law today allowing all of them to do what the young people do, to go fight, to go join the military and fight in a war. Doesn't matter how old you are. 60-year-old, you can be 90.
Oh,
and he's saying, you come fight in the war, you are young to me. Unbelievable.
He's going to use a nuke. You think he's going to use a nuke?
You think Zelensky's going to use a nuke?
No. Putin.
To kill all these old guys?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's going to use a nuke.
No, you don't think so?
No, there's this law. It says that they can join the army, but they're going to be put on a probationary period for 1 to 6 months. You're like 70 and you're joining the Ukraine army, and you got to do a probationary period. You're going to be dead in 3 hours.
That's nuts. What?
And there's no age limit. It took the age limit away for service. It's age equality, like Stoner says.
I mean, he's still, you've seen that stuff where they kidnap military people, guys right off the street.
It's crazy. You know what I'd be pissed about? I bet they're not letting the people 16 over be the drone operators because they're like, you don't know how to use technology.
Dude, if I was in Ukraine, I would just put on a pair of dark sunglasses and pretend to be blind as I was walking down the street. They would never kidnap me and put me in the military.
He's like, I do not discriminate. I signed the law today.
All you blind people.
All blind and retarded to fight in the front lines.
I would love to see the retarded Dirty Dozen. Like, let's make that movie.
They might win the war, dude.
Oh my God!
Because
Retarded
nobody would
Navy
expect
SEALs.
them. Do you think Hitler? What was that movie called where the attempted assassination of Hitler?
Valkyrie?
Yeah, Valkyrie. Do you think
was
that
so
incident?
bad.
Do you think he would have survived that if it was somebody with Down syndrome that was?
Absolutely not.
He'd be dead.
His guard would have been way down. Everyone's guard's down
Totally.
around someone with Down syndrome.
We have to weaponize.
They're
the
lovable.
Downs.
They're lovable.
We've stumbled onto something,
Mm-hmm.
and I think Ukraine will be onto it here pretty soon. So, I wasn't going to talk about Diddy today, but there was a couple new court sketch images that I haven't seen that I just feel like I had to show you. But the story is that his lawyer asked for him to be freed on $50 million bond while he's awaiting his sentencing, and the reasoning he gave is he said Diddy may be the only person currently in a United States jail for being any sort of John, and certainly the only person in jail for hiring adult male escorts for him and his girlfriend. That I probably agree with.
That's true. And for buying a lot of baby oil from Costco.
Right, it's not a crime.
It's just American.
By the way, has he gotten that baby oil back yet, or has family gotten it back yet?
That's true.
That stuff is a commodity now. He's raising the price of that baby oil reputationally because it's
Look at
going
all
to
the
be in
baby
demand.
oil that's been taken off the market.
We saw those people outside the trial dumping baby oil, trying to have a freak off outside the trial in front of right in public. They thought the trial meant that public freak offs are legal now.
Mm-hmm.
And here's Diddy's. Look at. I don't know if this is from today's hearing, but I haven't seen these court images. He appears to be in this one. Let me make that a little bigger there. He appears to be praying. Diddy looks like he is in church here. Diddy's praying. Nobody else is praying, but Diddy looks like he's worshiping.
God. He's trying to create viral moments with his sketch photos.
Well, and I tell you what, I don't know who the sketch artist is or what the sketch artist did, but Diddy, where's that other one? Diddy down here is doing his patented, I'm going to look at the sketch artist while everybody else is looking forward move here. You see this one?
That is crazy. That is fucking insane.
For those watching, there's a bunch of people in the court pews looking forward, and Diddy is looking directly at the sketch artist as though he just saw a ghost. Is Biggie Smalls that court sketch artist?
Well, he made him look like his face doesn't look human. It looks almost like a beaver. He looks like an ant. Like he doesn't look like a human, right? Like the way they've drawn his face. Is that supposed to be his goatee?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he does look a little bit like like something you'd see in Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, yeah.
And this girl to his right, how is she unfazed by what his expression is?
Right.
And the guy to his left,
just
what is he do? I mean, they're all facing forward though, and that's his mother over his back shoulder. By the way, I'm pretty sure that's his mom. Not
the blonde.
Yeah, the blonde, who's like a prostitute. Like, she used to have sex parties. This is kind of what created Diddy. Seriously, though, what Diddy, all the stuff Diddy has done, what could make him have that expression? He has to see something truly shocking that nobody else is seeing right now.
Yeah, I just think the artist isn't very good, man. Especially, I think his obviously his weakness is just a straight front. Portrait is just not. He's got the profiles are okay, but a portrait, just looking right at the artist is
direct.
Not, no.
I think it's Kanye. Yeah. I think maybe Ye is the courtroom sketch artist. The ghost of Biggie's behind him, and Tupac. Maybe he sees Biggie and Tupac having a freak off the apparitions, and that's why he's so shocked because he didn't realize.
Job.
Tyler Perry adaptation working as we speak. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If only I'd been pretty enough, I could have sued Tyler Perry for $200 million. unfortunate. So, all right, Ian, I know you got to go in a couple minutes. Everybody's talked about it. I haven't even seen it yet. Let's just go ahead and end on, on a high note here.
Yeah.
They make your butt.
Let's watch the Sydney Sweeney.
Well, I can't believe you're about to promote white supremacy and eugenics.
We already played the Heil Hitler. With a lot of references to Hitler. Might as well.
The left.
Look at that.
The left hates attractive women.
And what's crazy is we have no idea what she could be a liberal for all we know, but this will turn her into a conservative, or at least a non-liberal, by the way they're calling her a Nazi with all
so
this.
Funny.
They make your butt look amazing.
Sydney Sweeney's new jeans campaign is sparking major backlash.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color.
I have to pause. Yes, in this type of role, I'm definitely down for supporting roles, Dana. Yes, definitely.
My jeans are blue.
The campaign has a clever slogan: Sydney Sweeney has great genes. That's genes with a J. But many believe the implication is that Sydney Sweeney's genes with a G are superior.
Sydney Sweeney, by the way.
That is the implication.
Yeah. SS. That's her. Yeah. She's an SS, Sydney Sweeney.
I mean, it's so dumb. This is just the dumbest
What are they
shit.
supposed to, it's just, Jack says, even hot chicks can't pull off mom jeans. Can we please stop making them? I don't disagree with that, Jack.
I asked
My
one of
body's
I asked one of my liberal friends what this was all about, and he said it was about the left losing the next election.
So he didn't agree with their
he hates this shit, and I think a lot of our liberal friends. I have one or two that are starting to admit it, that this is driving them crazy.
Yeah. Did you see who used to be? What is this company again? This is
American Eagle. You talking about the company she's advertising for?
Yeah.
American Eagle.
Is it American Eagle?
It's American Eagle.
Because they had the I saw an image of who they used to have ad.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was like Lizzo.
Yeah,
or
in 2020, in 2020 they had it's so stupid. This is the dumbest thing I've ever.
Position is determined by my genes. Hey, eyes up here.
Sydney Sweeney's new ad is deeply, deeply unsettling to me.
It's a problem when white people try to say that the superior gene is blonde hair and blue eyes.
Oh my God.
But
I would
others are
open the
saying
car door
it's
and push her out.
Right. It's all white
we're
girls.
just-
You're saying it too.
Bye.
Yeah.
Much ado about nothing.
I'm not gonna stop you.
Well, the fun police have found something else to be angry about.
What I thought that meant was, well, she was wearing some great jeans. I guess I'm really naive.
So, will the controversy help or hurt American Eagle?
Listen, you hear that all press is good press. Certainly
their
it created
stock went
more
up
awareness.
Today.
Did
So
it? Well, I
it's
can
helping
imagine.
them. Yeah.
If there was anyone out there who didn't know what American Eagle was, that they sell jeans, that it is a brand that's still in existence, now they certainly know.
I bet you want to try these jeans.
And they also had her in Times Square, like laying around on the bed, like leaning down.
Do you think she's gonna apologize for this?
I hope not. I don't know anything about her. Great rack. I know she has a great rack, like Center says. Jewish, that's up in arms about that, about Sydney Sweeney. Yeah, I think it's like another one of those subjects where I don't think people in the media who are getting up in arms about it are really serious. I think it's kind of like Trump on the other side of it that we were talking about earlier. They know they can put it out there and they can get people up in arms about it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Would you like her to be up in your arms?
Brad, that's not appropriate.
Josh says he doesn't even know who she is. I'm like, dude, she is your type, and you're trying to act like you don't know who she is, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Playing it casual.
You better find out, dude. Yeah. So it was funny because it was like a few months ago or something. I saw there was like a story that was trending on Twitter where it was like Sydney Sweeney breaks off her engagement. And so all these people on X were they were taking a screenshot of shooting my shot, and they're like, the DMs they sent her on like Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, it's funny.
That's hilarious.
That'd be hilarious if like she was like dating one of the people who did that.
Yeah, I was just so captivated by this DM. You know, it was the funniest DM I ever got.
He sent me his D pic and
yeah.
So all right, thanks, Ian.
Man.
It's glad to have you back. Thank you everyone for hanging out.
Absolutely,
in the chats.
it was great hanging out.
Where can people find you?
I'm on the move, dude.
You're elusive.
Yeah, you can find me wherever the wind blows. You know, I just move around, man.
You find Ian where he's at.
Yeah. You can find me right here Thursday.
All right. Fantastic. Well,
right on.
We'll do it again soon. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, man.
And
absolutely.
We will talk to you guys next time. Y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all's day.